we have the EDCA sites. I thought these EDCA sites are there to help us during in times of need, during natural disasters. Nasaan na yung ating friends, partners, and allies, no, na lagi nilang sinasabi? And again, these friends, partners, and allies, it's just a motherhood statement. So unfortunately, from the Americans, hindi sila pwedeng asahan sa mga ganitong panahon, Admar. Look at what's going on. Diba? Like, I mean, may lindol, no, bumagyo. Nasaan na yung mga EDCA sites na? I mean, we are just being used, by the military-industrial complex ng Estados Unidos, no, para magkaroon ng demand dun sa mga weapons at armas na pinoproduce nila. They're creating this idea na makakaroon ng digmaan, na merong threat, para may bumili ng mga armas. Yun yung nakikita ko dyan, ano? Pero in terms of really genuinely helping us in times of need, I don't think so. Kung maalala nyo lang nung COVID, sinong bansa ang unang tumulong sa atin? It was China. China was one of the first countries that helped us. The United States, their help came a little bit later.
Dito tayo po sa naging gawi nitong si President Bongbong Marcos Jr. doon po sa APEC, no. Naging sentro din ito ng diskusyon sa social media yung kanyang pakikipagkamay kay President Xi Jinping. Ano ang nakikita mo rito, Doc, considering bago pa ang APEC, halos magkasunod kasi ito, nagkaroon po ng ASEAN meeting or conference dyan po sa Malaysia, kung saan talagang binanatan, no? Though hindi binanggit ang pangalan ng bansa, pero sa harap ni President Trump at ibang Chinese officials, ang pinatutungkulan doon ay itong China nga. Tapos doon, abay sumingit ng pakikipagkamay na kesyo para di daw ma-offend si President Xi Jinping. Nakita natin ito sa mga videos na kumakalat ngayon sa social media na nabigla. Pati yung foreign minister ata, no? Nung lumapit at nakipagkamay. Ano nakikita mo dito po, Doc?
Maganda siguro, Admar, kung maipakita natin sa screen, kung meron sana kayong stock footage nun, no? Yung brief 10-second interaction ni Pangulong Marcos Jr. at ni Chinese President Xi Jinping. Kung wala, okay lang. Pero describe natin yung nangyari. So, last day ng APEC yon, and then ini-hand over na kay Xi Jinping kasi sila yung chair, no? Susunod. Nangyari, yan, nilapitan ni Marcos Jr. If you look closely at the Foreign Minister Wang Yi at the background, you see yung itsura ni Wang Yi, no? He looked very concerned. Kasi para bang, ano ito? What is going on? Kasi alam mo, Admar, sa mga international summit, no, sa mga conferences, lalo-lalo na yung mga involving world leaders, yung mga interactions amongst the world leaders, bagamat wala naman nagbabawal, no, na lumapit sila sa isa't isa, kinakailangan niyang choreograph at mayroong protocol na sinusunod. May mga protocol officers yan. So halimbawa, kung kakamayan mo yung leader ng isang bansa, dapat yan, kino-coordinate yan beforehand. No? So, ibig sabihin, tinan mo among dyan sa interaction na yan, walang iba nakipagkamay na world leader kay Xi Jinping, si Marcos Jr. lang. And if you were to carefully analyze what happened there, ang daming sinabi, kung tinanong si Marcos Jr., ano po ba sinabi yun sa kanya? Ang dami niyang sinabi, no, na sinabi daw ni Xi Jinping, na may sinagot siya, pero 10 seconds lang yung encounter na yun. I don't believe that yung mga sinabi ni Marcos Jr. at sinabi daw ni Xi Jinping would have lasted that long na 10 seconds. And also considering na kailangan din ng interpreter ni President Xi. So I don't believe that everything na sinabi ni Marcos Jr. yun yung sinabi within that 10-second period. Setting that aside, optics matter a lot sa ganitong klaseng interaction. Bakit? Well, look at the context. If we look back, the Philippines government has been demonizing China for a long time. China has become the villain. No, the Philippine media as well has demonized the Chinese. No, dinidemonize nila yung gobyerno ng China and by extension the Chinese people. Kaya nga halos wala na tayong turista galing China because of that demonization. So, and then here comes Marcos Jr. reaching out, his hand to shake hands with Xi Jinping. tingnan nyo ha, sino yung lumapit at sino yung nilapitan? Si Xi Jinping, hindi naman hindi siyang lumapit. Hindi siya nag-initiate ng contact. It was Marcos Jr. who initiated contact, and that matters a lot. Parang ganito yan eh. Kung sino yung lumapit, ay siya yung may pangangailangan. China does not need us more than us needing China. Ibig sabihin, mas kailangan natin ng China kaysa ang China ay kailangan tayo. So yun yung pinapakitang messaging nito, no? I mean, although Marcos Jr. said that, oh, you know, kasi tinanong siya ng mga reporters eh. Ang sabi niya, parang masyado naman kayong, para bang he brushed it off saying na, oh, masyado niyo naman binibigyan ng interpretasyon yung interaction. I mean, although he sees it that way, but from the point of view of optics, you know, and signals, iba yung pinapakitang signal nito na merong pangangailangan ng Pilipinas sa China. No? Yun yung sinesend na signal. Kaya alam nyo mga kababayan, sa mga ganitong klaseng conferences, no, involving world leaders, what matters a lot is the optics yung galawan nila, binabantayan yan. Kaya nga may protocol, no? May protocol na sinusunod. And hindi lang yun, I mean, Marcos Jr. could have organized, you know, a far more longer interaction with the Chinese leader. We are long overdue for such an interaction with the president. Hindi yung ganyan 10 seconds lang na nakipagkamayan. They need to sit down, Marcos Jr. and President Xi. They need to sit down and hammer out the issues surrounding the West Philippine Sea, surrounding tourism, economic growth and development for the two countries. Yun yung mga pinag-usapan, hindi 10 seconds ka lang doon na congratulate. That doesn't bring economic growth and economic benefits to our country, that second interaction. If any, it only goes to show that we need the Chinese more than the Chinese needs us.
Opo, and nabanggit din niya sa isang panayam na alam niya na magkakaroon ng magandang resulta ng usapan ang Estados Unidos at China, na magkakaroon ng moratorium yung US at China. At nakita naman natin sa mga posting, sa mga pahayag po ng Estados Unidos, panay papuri dito sa China. Nag-come up nga sila dito sa isang kasunduan at nabanggit pa yung mga bansang kapitbahay natin, pero hindi tayo kasama sa mga na-mention. Nandun lang tayo sa others at sa kabila ng mga una ng payag ng Estados Unidos na yung ironclad commitment nila, inulan tayo ng mga EDCA sites po dito. Ano po ang nakikita nyo po dito, Doc? Malinaw na ba ito na talagang ginagamit lang tayo, nagagamit lang tayo, talagang walang interest at patuloy lang nagpapauto po itong gobyerno natin po dito?
We currently have a bad foreign policy, Adma. I don't need to sugarcoat it. We have a bad foreign policy. Here's why. We refuse to talk to the Chinese leader. Okay, so President Marcos, all he can get is a handshake. And yet the Americans, Donald Trump, met with Xi Jinping in person. They had a meeting. If the Americans, who the current government thinks is friendly to us, no? Puro pa-cute tayo sa Estados Unidos. And yet the United States reached out to China and they were able to have an engagement na nagbunga ng I think it's a 1-year na truce doon sa tariff war. Why not can we do the same and reach out to the Chinese leader? I mean, hindi ibig sabihin no, na nakipag-usap ka kay Xi Jinping, you will already give up the territories, no? Na i-give up mo yung mga claim mo. Hindi ganun yon. Yun po ay diplomasya. No? Yun ang kinakailangan natin sa ngayon. Hindi puro mga tapang-tapangan. No? Imagine, anong sabi ni General Browner Admar? We need 30 days no, na kailangan muna tayo na kailangan depensahan natin yung ating bansa kung may mga external threat bago dumating yung mga kaalyado. Yan ay kung darating yung kaalyado. And why are we preparing for something that is less likely to happen, kagaya ng digmaan na yan, when in fact, ang dapat pinaghahandaan ng armed forces natin is paano sila tumulong sa mga sakuna kagaya ng nangyari sa Cebu. And besides, we have the EDCA sites. I thought these EDCA sites are there to help us during in times of need, during natural disasters. Nasaan na yung ating friends, partners, and allies, no, na lagi nilang sinasabi? And again, these friends, partners, and allies, it's just a motherhood statement. So unfortunately from the Americans, hindi sila pwedeng asahan sa mga ganitong panahon, Admar. Look at what's going on. Diba? I mean, may lindol, no, bumagyo. Nasaan na yung mga EDCA sites na? I mean, we are just being used, by the military-industrial complex ng Estados Unidos, no, para magkaroon ng demand dun sa mga weapons at armas na pinoproduce nila. They're creating this idea na makakaroon ng digmaan, na merong threat, para may bumili ng mga armas. Yun yung nakikita ko dyan, ano? Pero in terms of really genuinely helping us in times of need, I don't think so. Kung maalala nyo lang nung COVID, sinong bansa ang unang tumulong sa atin? It was China. China was one of the first countries that helped us. The United States, their help came a little bit later. So ang pinupunto ko dito is lahat ng ito ng observations natin, mga kababayan, yung analysis natin, observations, it all falls back to bad foreign policy. The foreign policy, Admar, is so bad that it had destroyed our tourism sector. Just look at what's going on with tourism. We haven't even recovered the amount of tourists that we've had before the pandemic. Yung ating mga kapitbahay na nabawi na nila, tayo hindi pa natin nabawi. Bakit? A bulk of those tourists that came prior to the pandemic were from China. And now they're not coming to us. Where are those investments that used to come from China? They're no longer here. So kumbaga, all of this is a result of just bad foreign policy. We need to go back to that policy, no, na kung saan wala tayong kaibigan, wala tayong kaaway, lahat kaibigan natin. Friends to all, enemies to none. And we need to go back to a truly independent foreign policy, which currently we're not doing. The fact that Marcos Jr. and yung mga tao niya dyan, they keep saying the phrase, rules-based international order. Whenever I hear that phrase, rules-based international order, I know it's not them talking. It's the Americans that actually talking whenever I hear that phrase. Because that phrase is part and parcel of the foreign policy ng Estados Unidos. So, we need to depart from this policy, Admar. It's just a bad policy. And nakikita natin yung outcome. Nagkaroon ng disaster, nasa ng Americans, they're nowhere to be found. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan, and I don't know, Admar, if we still have time to do this because Marcos Jr. will be out of the presidency in 2.5 years or so. So I don't know if we still have enough time to pivot para makabawi tayo sa bad foreign policy nito. But all I can say, mga kababayan, is that the current foreign policy that we have right now is just terrible. It's so bad.